What is your American dream?
My American dream would be to end school mass shootings.
My dream for America is peace. I've been wanting that like all the time.
Dream America is toys.
My American dream is to become a professional ballerina.
My dream for America is everyone could have fireworks everywhere since some people can't see the fireworks from here.
My dream for America is for people to understand how this country was brought about, make the American dream possible for all citizens.
My dream for America is a unified country.
My dream for America is to nurture young entrepreneurs, especially in the minority community. We need to strengthen the economic power in the Afro-American community.
My American dream is what I'm living right now every day, and that's to enjoy my family, my friends, and my coworkers every day, and get involved in my community and do my best to be the change that I see that needs to be.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome everybody, my name is Brad Bernstein. It is Pop-Up Friday. It's Brad Show Live. I'm very casual today. I'm unshaven because it's the weekend. Why not? Jonathan, Yo-Yo Elias, Vanessa, Nesquik, Contreras. You guys ready for some Friday? Or Friday starts after the show or Friday starts now?
Now.
Now.
Starts now.
Now. Put our finger down on it, right? By the way, you know it also starts now. By the way, you know it also starts now. It's the season to be giving, right? Is that what they say? Right? I got a beautiful card. I got a very beautiful card today from our very own Stargirl Mika. Okay? And Tamika Hewitt. Oop, I said her name, but yes, Tamika Hewitt, Stargirl Mika. There she is. Now, she wrote to everybody, so this is for you guys as well. All right? It says, to Brad and Brad Show Live team, please enjoy this Jamaican rum cake, fruit cake made by Grandma, by Gma. Okay? Thank you all for the hard work that you do to help the squad and others daily. It's a token of my personal appreciation. Love you all. Have a wonderful Christmas. XOXO Stargirl. Now, what I told Stargirl is I have the cake here. Okay, we have a picture of the cake.
We don't even deserve you, Stargirl.
Okay,
Thank you.
there is Julian has a picture of the cake. That's the backwards cake. That's the wrong.
Dang, that looked good.
That is the wrong picture, Julian. We have a better picture somewhere, hopefully.
So Brad's
that was the back of the
cake.
I sent a picture to Tamika because I guess it came backwards, or I opened it backwards, and I'm like, oh, here's the picture of the cake. She goes, that's the back of the cake, dummy. So, now she didn't call me dummy, but like I felt like a dummy. So then I flipped it over. Let me show the cake. All right.
Ooh.
All right. This was baked by Stargirl. Now, unfortunately, you're not here, so I'm going to have to take a bite for everybody, okay? And we'll see. And also, you know, I trust Stargirl. You know, I know she's not going to poison me, all right? If this, in fact, came from Stargirl. What do you think? I'm going to give it a rating, 1 to 10, okay? 10 being the best rum cake I ever had in my life. 1 being, I'm going to be honest, Stargirl, 1 being the worst rum cake I ever had in my entire life. And we're having a little problem. We're having a little problem here. We're having a little problem here. We are having a little problem here with me cutting it. Let's see. Here it is.
On live TV. Mika. Let's find Stargirl Mika. Here she goes. Thank you.
You guys can finish the show. Thank you very much. 10! It is a 10 out of 10! 10 out of 10! That was really, really good. I am not even joking. That was... There we go. There's the picture.
There's the right picture.
There's the picture. That was really good.
The law offices of Spar and Bernstein any other holiday sweets that Squad wants.
Now, Yo-Yo, I'm going to take a bite for you. You tell Stargirl 1 to 10, all right?
Okay. 10!
10. Good, huh?
10 out of 10.
All right. I'm licking my fingers. I didn't bring a nap. Oh, I do have a napkin. Thank God I have a napkin here. I have like rum cake all over me. This is really, really good. 10 out of 10. All right.
Also, here on the comment.
And now I'm going to take a bite for Vanessa. Nesquik.
I wish I was there.
You tell me. Isn't this a great Friday? It's just me eating rum cake.
Right.
This Friday's about.
This is great.
I can see it from here. What? If Brad is going for 3 pieces back to back, it must be good. Okay? He's just
right. I've seen Brad eat something that he did not like on air.
That's right. I'm like, hey, you know what? Julian's telling me I should take a bite for him. He wants to give a rating too.
Oh my God.
Everybody wants a bite.
Sure.
I mean, I'm sorry.
What else will whisper in your ear? We're gonna spend the whole hour until immigration questions. Brad,
Julian, what out of 10?
10 out of 10.
I just took he said 10 out of 10 too. That's unbelievable. By the way, that was very sweet, Stargirl. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So nice.
It was really, really nice. And the card that she wrote was really, really sweet. Oh my God, I was so excited for the rum cake, guys, that I just put my one napkin in my Bradshaw Live cup. And I have now water all over me and the studio. But this is what happens. I'm just cleaning up. This is what happens on live, when you go live. All right, let's say hello to the squad now. Now that I have rum cake in my tummy and water on my leg. Yeah, right. Mel Richards, squad up. Joan Grant, squad up. Willie L. Williams. What's up, Willie? He had the best line of the week. Cindy Harris, squad up. Violet Blackwood, squad up. Maud Dukes, Dwayne White, squad up. Lisa Becky saying, hey, Uncle Brad, what's going on? The only thing going on is me and rum cake. That is what is going on. Ma Dukes, how are you? Abadoon Jabo, squad up to you. And Tanya Love, how are you? Tanya Love. Anybody whose last name is Love has got to be a very lovely person. And by the way, we have somebody who's also watching. It's Starboy Spencer. I wonder if we should introduce Starboy Spencer to Stargirl. What do you think? You think that's a combination?
Are you trying to be a matchmaker now?
Maybe. I'll do it for free. I just like to see love.
You're everything else. You're a therapist as well sometimes.
That's right. Deanna Reed, squad up. Joan Grant, how are you? Jessica Levy, she says, my sis did that. Well, Grandma did it, really. And Dawn Harriet, squad up. And Elizabeth Francis, squad up. I think I said Elizabeth. Christy Gonzalez. Tracy Haynes, Mitzi McFarlane, and let's see what's going on YouTube. Daniel K saying, hello, squad up. Ashwani Pandy saying, hello, Brad, squad up. And Sammy Botang, how are you, handsome Brad? Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
This really must be Friday. All right, not only does a beautiful woman send me a rum cake, but then I get these compliments on YouTube as well.
What more can you ask for?
I really don't know. I think we should just end it right now because I'm at a high, right? Everything else is going to go straight down from here.
Just letting you know, Carol Anderson the Tiger is sending over a rum cake. We are going to be eating rum cake all month long.
You're
We're
gonna turn into a rum cake.
Oh my God, no, please don't everyone make me rum cake. I lost weight. I'm gonna get fat again. And everyone's gonna be like, what happened? You lost weight? You gained it all back. What'd you do? I'm like, it was the rum cake.
Rum cake.
It was rum cake. Why'd you
Is it your first time having rum cake?
No, I've had rum cake before. It's not something you see in a restaurant often, and obviously I don't have it in my home. You don't see it in a restaurant, but I've eaten it before, yes, for sure. But I don't know how many times. It's not a lot, but for my memory and my money, that's the best damn rum cake I ever ate in my life. Woo! All right. Yo, and Vanessa, take it away. Tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready for some schmoozing.
Yes, absolutely. I have no rum cake in my tummy, but I'm still happy because it's Friday, y'all. Okay, first things first, I need everybody to please join the Brad Squad VIP page. This helps so many people out, and I know a lot of you guys have been reaching out and saying thank you for this because you're able to put in your questions prior to the show even being on, and we will take the first 5 questions off that VIP page and we'll throw it in before any of the social media questions. So make sure you guys join that right now and tell all your friends to join that as well. Now on Facebook, sharing is caring. We need everybody to know that the pop-up has started. But the first way to find out is if you click that notification bell, that little button, you clicking that little button will give you a notification anytime we go live. So please share and let everybody else know that as well. This is a pop-up. We do it earlier and it's for a shorter amount of time. So you gotta teach everybody. Just like how we talk to y'all, y'all talk to them as well. All right. You guys are not only just a Brad Squad, you guys are a part of the crew as well. All right. I want y'all to know that because the show wouldn't be anything without y'all. So the only way we can get the word out is sharing. All right. Click that little arrow and share it to anybody's page. Share it in the inbox. The millions of groups, like Brad said, millions, right? So millions of groups out there that will represent immigrants, community, culture, any of those. There are people in there that need help, all right? And this is the way we can do it. Now, also throw in your questions, your comments. We love everything. To show your emotions on the video, like, love, smiley face, sad face, wild face, whatever you're feeling, make sure you show that love too. All right, Nesquik, what are we gonna do on YouTube?
Okay, squad, on YouTube, you should be subscribed to the channel and make sure that you turn on the notification bell. When you are subscribed to the channel and you press that little bell, it lets you know when Brad Show is live Monday through Friday, especially on Fridays for our pop-ups. You want to hop right in here and start asking your immigration questions because you guys already know that we're going to bring you so much value and so much knowledge. We also need you guys to share. Like we see in the comments all the time, there's people from all around the world. So you especially is who we need. Let's get this show out to the masses. Let's help this get around the world. We want to help as many people as we possibly can. And you guys can do that by simply pressing the share arrow. You'll be able to copy the link. You can send it in a text message, send it in a direct message, send it out to the whole world because there's still so many people that don't know about Brad Show Live. And you could be the person to let them know. We're looking out in the comments. I personally want to hear what's your favorite dessert. We're here enjoying so much rum cake. Brad absolutely loved it. I can't wait to get a piece myself. Mail us some of that, Brad. And what is your favorite holiday dessert? We want to see it in the comments. Give us that thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you not only love rum cake, but you love what's happening on this show. And by giving us that thumbs up, it helps YouTube share our show more and more. So that thumbs up is a big deal for us. So please, please, please press that thumbs up because it helps us like you do not even know. If you can't catch a full 2 hours of Brad Show Live, you can find us on Instagram at Brad Show Live. You can follow us there, catch the best snippets of our show. We're always looking to interact with you guys. Maybe we'll play a game. There'll be a contest. You can also ask your immigration questions in our direct messages on Instagram, and either Brad or someone from the squad will get back to you, or you'll see your questions on social media check-in. But let's get right into Friday Schmoozing with Brad.
All right, it's Friday. And if we ever have a lesson in life, Yo and Vanessa, if there's a lesson we should always learn in life, it's never give up, right?
Yes.
Never, ever give up because, you know, you got to keep going, right? So
Yes.
Dion Reed, who writes, I give up. And waiting on Brad to acknowledge me as a VIP in the squad. Had you waited 3 more minutes, you would have waited for the schmooze for me to say, Dion Reed, squad up! And welcome my VIP squad member! Never give up, Dion Reed. Never, ever give up. And with that, the House, by the way, the House, it's not going to pass. But I've been saying this for a while now, just like same-sex marriage. When enough states passed same-sex marriage, eventually the federal government had to recognize it, which is why now people in same-sex marriages are able to file for green cards and adjust their status. The same thing is going to happen with marijuana. I've been saying it for the last 4 years. It's not going to happen this year, but for the first time in congressional history, we're getting closer. The House of Representatives voted to pass a measure that would decriminalize marijuana use at the federal level. Now, I'll tell you why I'm excited, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. It's not because I smoke weed. I don't. Okay, so let's make it clear why Uncle Brad is excited. It's not because I smoke. Why is Vanessa going? I don't smoke weed, Vanessa. I don't.
It might not be you. I don't know.
All right. So, but maybe other people on the crew may be excited. But but nevertheless, I'm excited for our clients because as part of the bill that was passed by the House of Representatives, it's not going to pass the Senate, and even if it does, Trump's not going to sign it. But it's good news for maybe in a year or 2 years. We have members, a Democratic House, a very close Democratic Republican Senate. Perhaps a few senators like to, light it up every so often, and they'll say, you know what, why not? Let's pass marijuana. I believe Biden would sign it. And why it's important, but it's important right now because it's the first time that a federal House or the Senate has ever passed a bill to decriminalize marijuana. The vote was 228 to 164 and included 5 Republicans voting in favor of the measure. Now, Gerald Nadler, who is co-sponsoring the bill, he said that the legislation would reverse the failed policy of criminalizing marijuana on the federal level and would take steps to address the heavy toll this policy has taken across the country, particularly on communities of color. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, also a Democrat, disagreed, saying, there is ample scientific evidence demonstrating that the use of marijuana does not cause the use of other illicit substances. According to the National... Oh, she did agree, not disagree. She agreed. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the majority of marijuana users do not use harder substances. Even Representative Matt Gaetz, who's a big Trump supporter, he also co-sponsored the bill. He said he would vote for the bill because the federal government has lied to the people of this country about marijuana for generations. Now, why does that help? Obviously, we want to decriminalize things that are not hurting others, okay? Mm-hmm. And if, honestly, marijuana were to, cause cancer, so do cigarettes. They're legal. If you don't want to get behind the wheel of smoking weed, well, you know what? We decriminalized alcohol. That's a lot worse, getting the wheel. So I don't see why. I don't see the purpose. I think it's actually hypocritical that these other things are legal and marijuana is not. So and it has destroyed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people's lives. Not the actual drug itself, but the policing of it. The policing of it. And so many young men and even women have been deported, have not been able, families have been separated just from an immigration perspective. Now, what's important about this bill, which is not going to be law, but maybe in a year or two they'll bring it back. Part of the bill was that they would expunge or give an avenue. I don't know the exact mechanism in the bill because I didn't read the actual language. I just read about it. But there would be a mechanism in the bill for people to be able to expunge their convictions. And if the conviction is expunged and the federal government does not recognize marijuana as a drug, then you have an expunged record and you have a drug offense. You have a drug offense, even if it's expunged or not expunged. And quite frankly, would no longer be inadmissible because the federal government doesn't criminalize it. And if that's the case, and if that would be the case, logically, you would say that many men and women who have drug offenses, even if you have a offense, it could be a 45-year-old guy, and 25 years ago, you were walking down the street and you and your friends were smoking a joint. A joint! I'm not talking about a bag of weed. I'm not talking about a trunk of weed. A joint. And you got arrested. Just stupid. You're walking around the street. The cop didn't like you. That prevents you from ever entering America again.
Yeah.
Without a waiver. Wow. So that bars you for smoking a joint when half of America smokes every day. So that's how hypocritical it is. So, all of these cases would now be reviewed and a lot of people would have, perhaps, good immigration results. I've done consultations where I told people in the last few years, I said, stay tuned, it's going to happen. I just felt it. This is the first start of it.
I'm actually very happy about this. I actually have a friend from Kenya who has a visa, I believe, and she actually has, an illness to where like she has to smoke, and it kind of like calms the pain, and she's scared to do that, because like she's not doing it for fun. She's literally doing it because of her sickness, but she's scared because she feels like if she gets caught, she'll get deported. So like, I like this. For so many reasons. It's not just to get high and have fun.
Do you know when you go to a doctor for your medical exam before you go for your immigrant visa, the doctor always asks, do you smoke marijuana? And if you say yes, or if they make you pee in a cup, or if you say, well, I did 10 years ago, but I don't do it now, do you know they mark off drug abuser and you get denied? You get denied for your green card?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It happens.
Wow.
Meanwhile, yesterday, the New York Times reported that as recently as this summer, the Justice Department investigated a top fundraiser for Donald Trump and a lawyer for his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, in a suspected scheme to offer a bribe in exchange for pardons. You knew this was coming, right? The most crooked president, the most crooked administration. Guy loves giving pardons. He gives pardons like he drinks a glass of water. Right?
I don't know if he even does that.
I don't even know if he does that. Or whatever he does. Well, he gives pardons like he eats a cheeseburger. I don't know, whatever.
There you go.
But I mean, you knew this was going to happen. And by the way, just my gut feeling. I have no idea. I got nothing on him. I got nothing. My gut feeling. It's tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of people who are paying lots and lots of people for pardons right now, right before Trump leaves.
Crazy. That's wild. It's just corrupt.
The only time they gonna get.
And I have no evidence of this. I have as much evidence of that as Trump has of election fraud, which is nothing. I don't have evidence of it. Just my supposition.
Your inkling.
It's my inkling. My inkling.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, President-elect Joe Biden, he says when he becomes president January 20th, mask up. He's going to ask every American as of January 20th, the day he is inaugurated, to wear a mask for 100 days. That will take us into February, March, the end of April. By then, many Americans will have vaccinated. If people wear masks for 100 days from January 20th to the end of April, they believe that they would save more than 70,000 lives, and hundreds of thousands of people would avoid having to go to the emergency room. He also offered Dr. Anthony Fauci a promotion. Not only is he going to be the coronavirus czar, but he is going to be the director. He's also, what is he going to be? He is going to be the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. But no, he is already that. So he gave him something else, but it's not here on the card. He definitely gave him I read it. He gave him a promotion, but it's not here, his actual title. But trust me, he got a promotion. And Biden is going to be relying on him a lot. Meanwhile,
I like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know. I feel.
You trust him.
I trust him. Yeah, and I feel like if this presidency, if this administration actually enforced that same rule, a lot more people would be alive.
Yes.
You know, the fact that they shut down the whole United States for the amount of months that they did and did not enforce masks, I thought it was just real backwards. So like, I feel like if this administration or this Trump had enforced masks on top of doing the shutdown, we would have a lot less cases. So I'm happy that he's doing this. I know a lot of people are mad, but
Trump's got death on his hands. Okay,
yeah.
His policies killed people. And by the way, Fauci is going to be the chief medical advisor under the Biden administration. So that was his promotion.
Nice. Good.
Oh, it is on my card. I'm just blind.
Whoop. What they teach you in law school?
Keep reading.
Yeah, you beat me to
reading.
it.
When you don't see the answer, keep reading. It is on my card.
Keep reading.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's
You have an
Friday.
awesome proof.
It's Friday. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm reading the cards, but I'm telling you, I'm smelling the rum cake.
Rum cake.
And out on the corner of my eye, I'm trying to read, and I'm looking at rum cake at the same time. It's a problem. You can't. You know what? Like how Superman, had kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
I think Uncle Brad, it's rum cake.
Star Girl Mika's rum cake is more kryptonite.
Star Girl's Mika's rum cake. I'm telling you, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to answer any immigration questions today. I'm going to get everything wrong.
Man.
All
That's
right?
what they here for.
I'm going to get everything wrong with this rum cake smell, right? It's like right on top of me for an hour and a half.
Right.
Meanwhile, according to statistics from the Johns Hopkins University, there are now over 66.5 million coronavirus cases in the United States. 14.2 million people have died. Another record today of people hospitalized for COVID-19. More than 100,000 people in hospitals receiving treatment. California's governor announced a regional stay-at-home order in areas facing ICU bed shortages. In the United Kingdom, however, the first shipments of the Pfizer vaccine arrived, and countries including France and Portugal plan to vaccinate in the coming weeks. However, the Department of Homeland Security warns that hackers are targeting key actors in the coronavirus supply chain as distribution gets away. And if you have a Carnival cruise scheduled, you may want to check on it. The cruise giant has canceled all remaining cruises through February, and that sounds pretty smart, right? I wouldn't want to go on a cruise right now. Meanwhile, it is Friday, guys.
Yes, it is.
And Hollywood Auction got a little crazy recently when a buyer shouted out that they would pay $368,000 for the Rudolph and the Santa Claus figures used in the beloved Christmas special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Bidding for the figures
remember this.
They were supposed to go between $150,000 and $200,000, but it actually went for $368,000. The figures were among several used to make the 1964 stop-motion animation television special. They're actually Rudolph is 6 inches tall, and 11-inch tall Santa were made in Tokyo of wood, wire, cloth, and leather.
Wow. And
they paid how much did they pay? $368,000, which is $367,995 more than I would have paid for it. It's worth about $5. What do you think?
Watch that growing up? That was like
I
watched that growing up. That's like legendary, low-key.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I loved the Christmas specials. They would always come on. There was Rudolph. Yeah. There's Frosty the Snowman.
And the miser.
The miser, right? Who was I'm Mr. Hot, I'm Mr. Cold, right? Remember that one?
Yeah.
That was I'm Mr. Hot, I'm Mr. Cold. I remember. I'm bringing back. I'm bringing back my memory. What'd you say, Julian? I'm sorry. Yeah, the year. Yes, it was the year without a Santa Claus. Right, all of those.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
So you wouldn't buy it?
I said it was worth to me $5.
That's it.
Right, right.
That's the
and there's a bid in the back from Uncle Brad for $5. Anybody want to match it?
Yeah, I'm sure they started a little higher than that.
Yes. I mean, is that something that you would ever desire?
No.
No, I wouldn't spend a penny on it.
No.
Right, $5.
But
That's
if
about.
you had the money.
Yeah, if you have
These
the money.
people obviously, there's probably pennies to them.
Yeah, what I mean, somebody's got to really love that movie.
300,000.
Yeah.
I feel like that. Well, whatever. To each their own.
Yeah,
To each their own. I've learned anything. You don't shop in other people's pockets.
Meanwhile,
that's a mansion in Atlanta.
Meanwhile, listen to this one. Okay, there's a new record. Okay, a new record. I'm going to give you a riddle, guys. There is a mere 18-month age gap between a proud new mom and her baby. How is the mom 28 and a half years old and only have a 1.5 year difference between the baby? How does that happen? Well, technically, it was an embryo that was frozen 27 years ago. And now there has been a record. The woman's name is Molly Everett Gibson. She took a frozen embryo. It was frozen in October 1992. Molly was the child. Gibson is the mother. Tina was born in April 1991. And Molly was frozen in October 1992. She stayed in a frozen stated embryo. Now, an embryo is the sperm and the egg are together. So it's not just a frozen egg. It is a egg.
Like the actual.
Yeah. The sperm and the egg are together, and they grow it for a few days in a petri dish, and then they freeze it.
Freeze it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then.
And it worked.
And it worked. And 27 years later, this child is born. Now, remarkably, Molly's October 26th arrival broke the previous record held by her sister Emma Wren, who spent 24 years on ice before her delivery in November 2017. The embryos were frozen together and are full genetic siblings. They were thawed nearly 3 years apart at the National Embryo Donation Center before their respective transfers into Tina's uterus. Since they were donated anonymously, nobody knows who the biological parents are.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know they could do that back in the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could freeze an embryo. Yeah, like that.
You could definitely freeze it. And they were doing it. Yeah, they were doing it back in the 90s. But in the 90s, the technology wasn't there. And they're freezing them now, but they must have much better technology now than they had in the 1990s. So it's very surprising.
So were they just freezing
these
it,
babies lived? It's like when you think about it, you're like, oh my God, can you imagine if those, the electric went out or something, and then these embryos would unfreeze. I mean, and look, these are living beings.
Right.
Right.
Oh yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah. Now, meanwhile, one man is taking his quarantine project to a whole new level. Sean LaRochelle of Napa Valley, California, reconstructed Disneyland's Matterhorn bobsled ride in his backyard. Sean started building this 2-story roller coaster towards the end of March and completed it in July. He said, "I always wanted to build a ride, and Disney rides are always special to me because they're themed. They tell a unique story." La Rochelle's YouTube video reveals that he incorporated all the important details that bring the Matterhorn story to life. The single-passenger car passes through shadowy caves, snowy chutes. I've been on that.
Yeah, I grew up going on this.
I've been on that. That is scary. That is in the animal kingdom. And you go up and you go on this very lovely ride and you're like, oh, everything's wonderful. Everything's great. What a beautiful scenery. And then all of a sudden, hell breaks loose. Yeah. The thing starts going backwards. You're screaming like crazy. And all of a sudden, this big monster, the abominable snowman, comes out and scares the hell out of you.
Yeah.
I'm never going on that. That scared the hell out of me. I screamed when he jumped at me. I would never go on that ride again. I'm still in shock from that one. That was about 20 years ago I did that. I'm still talking about it. I remember. I'm like, oh, it's a very lovely ride. There's nothing wrong going on here. And then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose. Yeah, that was one of my favorite rides in Disneyland. I grew up going to Disneyland. I'm from LA, so we grew up having year passes every year. So that's pretty awesome.
All right.
My family never built one in my backyard.
No, I wouldn't even know how to build one. I mean, he's got to be a very talented guy to be able to build that, right?
Yeah, that looks awesome. Look at that.
Yeah.
What?
I wouldn't even. I couldn't even build
It
the
has
bridge.
the waterfall.
I couldn't even build the bridge. What?
That's using your quarantine time efficiently. That's what that gentleman did.
That is pure boredom. That is pure. That is like pure boredom. They're like, I've watched Tiger King now 100 times. I can't watch this Tiger King anymore. You know what I'm gonna do?
Let's build a roller coaster.
Let's build a roller coaster. Exactly.
I'm not mad at it.
All right, you ready to answer some immigration questions? I'm going to answer some immigration questions.
it.
We got some people on hold. Let's go to, before I go, something we like to call getting answers to immigration questions. I'm jumping ahead. Let's go to Ulrich in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Ulrich.
Yes, bro. Good evening, everybody.
How are you?
Good. I have a few questions for you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for all what you are doing for the, for the Squad community and,
My pleasure.
for the immigrant community in
My
this country. Yeah. So my first question would be, what is the processing time for the travel document?
To file an adjustment on an adjustment, it's generally 3 to 4 months, but in COVID time, it's 6, 7, 8 months. People are sometimes taking. You need to travel? If you need to travel on some emergent basis, the only emergency that they would consider is like a very urgent business meeting or a death in the family.
Okay. Okay. So, is there any way to expedite it?
I was about to say, if you have an urgent business meeting or, God forbid, a death in the family.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
So my second question would be, because I have a friend in North Dakota, he applied for, he was granted asylum, and then he went to the Social Security to remove the restriction on his Social Security card.
Right.
But they told him over there that it's not possible, that he need a green card for that to happen.
Correct. They are correct.
So
when he gets his green card, he'll remove that. So right now it says valid with USCIS work authorization. When he gets his green card, that'll be removed.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. And also, one of the last questions would be to know about the presidential suspension for the people that are out of the country that have a pending immigration proceeding.
The proclamation is over December 31st. Trump hasn't said what he's going to do, but whatever he does, it's over January 20th when Biden comes in. I'm sure Biden will end it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Ann in Stamford, Connecticut. Ann. Hi, Ann. Ann.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
So I have hello?
I'm listening.
I'm fine. I just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So I have an approved I-130.
Mm-hmm.
I paid all my DS fee and all of that to NBC, and now I'm here in the U.S. visiting. My question is, am I able to adjust status here?
You're in the United States right now. Are you in legal status?
Hello?
Yes, I hear you, Ann. Are you in legal status? Hello?
Yeah, I'm visiting here. I'm on a visiting visa.
Okay, when did you come to the United States? And when did you come to the United States?
Last month.
Okay. And who's sponsoring you?
Last month.
Who is sponsoring you, Ann?
My mother, she's a U.S. citizen.
And when did she put in the petition?
My mother, she's a U.S. citizen.
And when did she put in the petition?
2015.
Okay, when in 2015?
2015.
When in 2015?
February.
February. Okay, so your priority date is current.
February 2015.
Is she playing a joke on me and repeating everything she says? So your priority date is current. You have to wait 90
No, my phone, Brad. My phone is messing up.
All right, so you got to wait 90 days from the time you enter the U.S., and then you would be eligible to adjust your status. Hold on. All right, and you can give us a call. All right, let's go to Mohammed in Woodridge, Virginia. Mohammed.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I have a quick question. I have a pending I-751, and I have an unexpired.
You have a pending what?
I-751.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I have the my unexpired country passport.
Yep.
Unexpired extension letter.
Yep.
And the expired green card. Now, I would like to travel to my home country for a month.
Go.
Is there anything else that I need from immigration?
Nope, you got everything. Go with everything you just mentioned.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Mariam in Atlanta, Georgia. Mariam.
Hi.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I do.
I'm good.
What's going on?
Yes, my name is Miriam. I've actually had a consultation with you before. We've spoken on the phone. I'm a nurse in Georgia, and my hospital is currently sponsoring my green card. But there was an issue that came up with regarding like working as a nurse, like an internship. But basically, they said it was illegal. So you told me to ask.
You were working on an externship while you were on a student visa. I remember you. And therefore you had violated your visa status, and as a result, you're not eligible to adjust because you had violated your visa status.
Yes, that's correct. So I went ahead to speak with the hospital to know if I could switch attorneys, but I wanted to know, like, is there a way I can have that switch, because they haven't responded back to me. I wanted to know, is there a way I could still continue with the process, if that makes sense?
Yes, you can still continue with the process. You can hire any attorney.
Because I already have my I-130 approved.
I-140. So yes, you can.
I-140, yes.
You can hire anybody you want, but hopefully they'll sign the papers that we need them to sign. That's all. But we're not representing them. We're representing you. So hold on one second, because the I-45 is the I-140 is done. It's just the I-45. So hold on one second.
Yeah. Right? Okay.
Let's go to Liza in Marietta, Georgia. Liza.
Hey, Brad, me again.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Let's get into it. I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, but I need to explain the story because there is a bit of a backstory.
Okay.
So my husband has a friend who's we're basically in the same situation. He married a U.S. citizen.
Right.
He in 2018. Well, let me go back. Him and his girlfriend, they met in college, she got pregnant, they moved in. I found out in their culture, when you have kids together, you're practically married.
Right.
He didn't do any formal marriage.
Liza, let me ask you a question. Just ask me what your question is, and then I'll ask you for the backstory if I need it.
Okay. As he's filling out the DS-260, let me go back. When he filed for a visitor's visa in 2018. He got denied. But on there, he marked himself as married when they did not formally marry because of the culture thing. And so he marries U.S. citizen. On the DS-260, he's confused. He doesn't know whether he should mark married for I guess they asked a question, have you ever been married?
Where is he now?
He's in Nigeria.
Okay, and this is the man that you're married to now?
No. This is not me. This is a friend of my husband.
Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, and I'm being frank with you. It is very, very rare that somebody makes that mistake these days. People honestly, know what they're doing. For the most part, some people do make honest mistakes, but for the most part, people know what they're doing. And when they mark off that they're married, when they know they're single, because they just live with a woman, but they're married, that they know they're single, they're doing it for a reason. And the reason they're doing it is that you are more likely to get a visitor's visa if you're married than if you're single. Because if you're married, the reason is because if you're married, then it is more likely that you are not, when you come to America, you're going to go back to your wife. You're not going to leave your family. If you're single, you got nobody to go back to, so it's more likely that you would stay in America and work and live here illegally. So that's why people from Nigeria and many different countries, they go in and they say they're married when they're single. Or they say, oh, well, I live with this woman, I'm just going to say I'm married because I'm more likely to get the visa. But to the U.S. government, that's a misrepresentation. That's a lie, because you said something that was very material to determining whether or not to get you a visa or not. And that material meaning it entered into the decision of whether or not we should give a visa. In this particular case, he got denied the visa anyway, and he lied. So he totally screwed himself over, because now he has a misrepresentation that bars him for life. If he now checks off that he was married when he knows he was single, because he knows this, guess what? It's now 2 misrepresentations. You know how hard it is to get a waiver for Nigeria with 1? Go try getting a waiver for 2.
Well, my understanding is nothing is submitted. So that's why I'm asking you, what should he do?
He should be honest and know that he's going to need a waiver.
He's going to need a waiver. Okay, because I was going to ask, was there a way, would he have an opportunity to explain that whole
he could explain
mess?
it. That's what I was going to say. He could explain it any way he wants, but the people at the embassy are going to be like, excuse my language.
So he's going to need a waiver. Okay.
That's what the embassy is going to say, not you. That's what the embassy is going to say. Major BS.
Oh, okay. So then let me ask you this. Then on the form, on the DS-260, what should he put? What should he check off?
I think he needs a lawyer at this point. I can't. He's already made a misrepresentation. I could tell him. Basically, the answer is tell the truth, whatever the truth is, and know that he's going to have to go for a waiver. That's the basic answer. To figure out, you want me to tell him how to fill out a form after he's committed a misrepresentation.
Right.
Come on. I think he needs a consultation at this point. All right.
I've been bragging about you so much. I guess my husband was telling him about you.
Yeah. Somebody needs to call me in that family.
Got you. Okay. Thank you.
Well, have a good weekend. Thanks for calling.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's go to Charles in Oakland, California. Charles.
Hey, Brad.
What's up?
What up, Brad? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. I tried sometime last year, but
Well, I didn't hear what you said, Charles. Say it again.
I called you sometime last year, but I think in the middle of the show. I like calling when you guys are in the show.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm at the NVC stage.
Right.
I filled back in January last year. This early January, I filled up all the forms, and I clicked submit. This was shortly before the ban.
Okay. Who's sponsoring you?
No, I'm the one. I'm
you're
the
American.
sponsor.
Okay, or a resident.
Yeah.
Who are you sponsoring?
No, I have a green card.
Who are you sponsoring?
Me, I'm the sponsor.
Who are you sponsoring? Who are you bringing over?
Oh, my wife is in Nigeria.
Your
My
wife
wife's in Nigeria.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, what happened is, shortly before the ban was announced, they sent me the I-864. They said it was protected. I should send another one. So I did, and they had been telling me they kept sending it back, saying I have to send it again. And error messages started showing up. Then I don't know, something happened. I don't know what happened. I couldn't do it anymore. Then the ban came. Okay.
Right.
Then then at that point we couldn't really do anything. The portal was having problems. So I've been struggling with it for almost throughout the year until early November. I went to Nigeria and I came back. Early November, I tried it again. I did another upload and it went. It said submitted, but it didn't say accepted. Okay. I wanted to know, because I had submitted it long ago, I was told that there are other forms that came out too. I don't know what other form I'm supposed to add to it, and I don't know when it's going to be submitted.
So, Charles, this is what I suggest, okay? Let's wait. Biden's going to be the president. Right now there's a proclamation. Your wife can't come here because of the Trump proclamation. We're going to assume that sometime shortly after January 20th, that proclamation is going to be lifted, and then all of these visas are going to start being processed in Nigeria. So let's wait until January 20th and see before we move forward, okay?
Well, I was thinking at least the NVC should have submitted my document.
You can call the NVC. You can write them and see what they say. I don't know where you are. All I've heard so far is you've been visiting your wife and you're uploading documents. So I don't know what you've done. So have a consultation with me in January because we know the proclamation will be over shortly thereafter, and then I'll help you get your wife here. All right, so hold on one second. Let's go to Bunge in Chicago, Illinois. Bunge. Bunge.
Hello?
Bunge. B-U-N-J.
Bunja.
Bunja, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Dad. How are you?
Good. What can I do to help you?
Thank you. So, first of all, y'all doing phenomenal job. Thank you.
Thank you. What can I do to help you?
Yes. I have a question. Like, if you file for I-715 and it's pending for 6 months, and within that, your spouse filed for a divorce, and you have to, your spouse filed for divorce.
For divorce.
The divorce.
Your spouse you filed an I-751 and your spouse filed for divorce 6 months after you filed.
Yeah, while the divorce, the I-715 is pending for 6 months.
I understand.
Then he filed for a divorce, and you have 6 months before you can file for N-400, and you get served. They serve you a letter, and you was in there.
But
I want to ask
your N-400 is going to be denied because you don't have a bona fide marriage with your wife anymore. You can still your N-400 will be denied. I'm sure you based your N-400 based on the fact that you're in a bona fide marriage with your wife for 3 years. That will be denied because she started a divorce. So there's no purpose in doing the N-400.
So, but if you start a divorce and it's not final before that,
it doesn't change my answer. I know exactly what happened. You are no longer in a bona fide marriage with your wife. Therefore, your citizenship will be denied. You have to be in a bona fide marriage every day until the day you swear in. So your citizenship is going to be denied. Now, what you need to do is, because your wife filed a divorce, is you got to now write a letter to the USCIS and request that they change your I-751 from a joint petition to a waiver of the joint petition based on a terminated marriage that was bona fide. And then you're going to complete the case yourself. Once you have your green card for 5 years, you're going to refile for your citizenship. You need to hold on 1 second, all right? All right. And by the way, lucky me, Instagram sent me the code today after 2 days of locking me out. So now I can answer
You're back.
I'm back. I can answer your DMs. So if you did not get your immigration question answered, you can follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. Drop me a DM. I'll try to answer as best as I can. You can also follow us at Bradshaw Live for the best 2 or 3 minutes. If you can handle 2 hours, but you can handle 2 to 3 minutes, as I say, that's your place. Yo-Yo?
I am on Instagram and all social media platforms, but it is Jonathan Elias TV. So follow me.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.ContrerasTV.
All right. And with that, let's do something we like to call social media check-in. What do we got?
Nick D on YouTube. I'm a U.S. citizen filing for my wife and children, 6 and 7. On March 4th, 2020, I only got the confirmation email from NVC. All documents were accepted, and we're waiting on a scheduled interview. What's the next step?
Waiting on a scheduled interview.
SSRC on YouTube. What is the cost for adjustment of status for a 13-year-old?
$1,225.
K Marshall on YouTube. I already got my 2-year green card. My kids were approved in February, but unfortunately my husband died in June. He was their stepdad, and since then I haven't heard anything about the kids. What's going on?
Well, if the husband died, unfortunately that's the end of the case. Where are the kids here, or are they in another country, or she didn't say?
Well, she says she already got her 2-year green card. I would assume that the kids are here because they're, but I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe because it sounds like she got her 2-year green card, and the kids are in another country, and the husband passed. So if the I-130s are approved, then she can substitute in and complete the case. If the I-130s are not approved, then she's got to refile a new I-130. If the kids are here, she can substitute in and complete the case. So I don't know. We need to know a little more, but I just gave her all 3 possibilities.
Alex Beyoku on YouTube. How much time do I have to qualify to file for citizenship if my marriage is 5 years old, but my green card is for 10 years?
3 years from the time you got your green card if you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse, or 5 years otherwise. It has nothing to do with the time of your marriage. It has to do with the time of your green card.
Hopeton Smith on YouTube. I did my interview for I-485 on October 21st. I didn't hear anything back from them. What do they mean by stating reviewing my case?
They're reviewing your case. That's exactly what it means. But, you know, you're asking me, what are they reviewing? That's his real question is, what are they reviewing? I don't know what they're reviewing. They could be reviewing your background. They could be maybe you have criminal record. They could be reviewing they don't believe it's a bona fide marriage, so they're going to reschedule you for a Stokes interview. Maybe they send out investigators. Maybe they just forgot about you and they just have reviewing your case, but your file is under somebody's desk and got lost. It could mean anything. All we know is they're reviewing your case. Now, how do you resolve this, which is the real answer? You go to immigration, you go for your interview, and nothing happens. Well, something's supposed to happen within 120 days. If nothing happens within 120 days, you start harassing them and writing them letters. And if 1 year from the time of your interview nothing happens, that's when you get a mandamus, threat of a mandamus, a lawsuit. They're violating your rights at that point. So I don't know why, but I know how to fix it. But I don't. When they say, "What are you reviewing your case?" They're reviewing your case. That's all I can tell you. You know as much as me. How's that? For a more thorough answer, because I was going to leave it at they're reviewing your case, but
sounds like you need more information on their case in order to get into that. Ashwani Pandey on YouTube. As of March 2020, my I-485 application is ready to be scheduled for an interview. How much time will it take to get the interview date? March 2020, March of this year.
Well, because of COVID, it could be anywhere from 12 months to 36 months.
Kanisha Arnold on YouTube. I experienced abuse before and after my marriage. Should I include this in my story, or can it affect my case while filing VAWA?
No, include the before and the after. There are women who are abused and still get married. It happens. Sad, but it happens.
Westman on YouTube. My petition was filed April 2017 and got approved October 2020. How long before NBC will respond to my mom's filing for me? She's a green card holder and I'm in Jamaica.
2017. They're in December 2016 right now. Or I'm sorry, they're in they're May 2016. My apologies. So maybe another year or so or less.
Uzo Alex on YouTube. I applied for asylum, and on July 25th, 2020, my son and I did biometrics on August 15th, 2020. But my husband, who I applied for, didn't receive a notice of receipt to date. Why?
I don't know.
Right.
Why? Maybe the mailman lost it. I don't know.
Daniel K on YouTube.
In other words, I have no idea what you did. I would need to see everything you did, and we could figure it out.
Right.
Daniel K on YouTube. My brother was here in the U.S. with a B1, B2 visa and went back home. What options does he have if he wants to come back and find a job?
You can't. He has no options. You can't come back on a B1, B2 to find a job. Perhaps he qualifies for you're not going to find a job. You need a sponsor, and then they sponsor you to come work for them. But there's no, I get a blanket work permit and then I come here and look for a job. It doesn't work that way.
Franklin Darden on YouTube. Can I apply for VAWA right now, or should I wait until next year?
Now. The laws are going to be the same. And it's the same people reviewing them. The laws don't change, the people don't change. So might as well do it now. What are you waiting for?
ESSA Group on YouTube received approval from USCIS for fiancé petition in Ethiopia on June 2020, but approval expired on October 14th, 2020, and we never heard from NBC. NBC is not responding.
It's a problem. You're going to have to redo it again, or have your fiance go to Africa to marry, because you have to get the visa within that period of time on the fiance visa. Unless for some reason the U.S. Embassy is going to extend the time because of COVID. Every embassy is handling it a little differently. All right, guys, 2 more because it's Friday.
Effie Mwengi on YouTube. I passed my interview F1 family base on January 30th, 2020. However, since March, CEAC status shows refuse. Please advise.
Refused means that you got denied. So you need to speak to me to figure out why.
Last one, 24/7 digital media on YouTube. My son is stuck in Kenya after getting approval of his I-130, stuck due to public charge and then the pandemic. He got his biometrics done as well, but he has a B1, B2 left before 18 years and 6 months. It is still showing refusal. Why?
You just told me he got denied because of public charge grounds. So why would you think that it wouldn't say refusal? Unless you could read this to me again. Did I not understand that? Or is he asking why his B1 visa got denied? Because he applied for his green card, and so he's shown an intent to immigrate, so they're not going to let him renew his visitor's visa. Maybe that was his question.
Maybe.
You want to read it one more time? Let me think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to ask, can I read it to you one more time? Because it did seem... So my son is stuck in Kenya after getting approval on his I-130, but he was stuck due to public charge and then the pandemic. He got his biometrics done as well. He has a B1, B2 left before 18 years and 6 months. That last part messed me up. It is still showing refusal. Why?
He's got,
I think the last part may have not been worded well.
Because of public charge, you got denied. If you're talking about a B1, B2 getting, adjudicated again, you can't get a B1, B2 after you've applied for a green card because you've shown an immigrant intent. Otherwise, just give us a call because I don't fully understand the question otherwise. All right, in today's Braducation, we do have a Braducation. What is our Braducation? In today's Braducation, I answer the question, how long after I get my green card can I become a U.S. citizen? After you get your green card, it depends on how you got your green card. It will depend on how long you have to wait to become a citizen. If you got your green card and you are in the U.S. military for 1 year, you can file for your citizenship after 1 year of being in the military. If you have a green card and you can prove that you're in a bona fide marriage with a U.S. citizen for 2 years, 9 months, and 3 days from the time you got your green card, you can apply for citizenship based on the 3-year wait of being in a bona fide marriage to a U.S. citizen. And if you are otherwise not in the military and you are not married to a U.S. citizen for 2 years, 9 months, and 3 days, after you got your green card, then you would wait 4 years, 9 months, and 3 days and base your citizenship on 5 years of having it. All right, let's do comments of the day. What do we got?
All right.
All right, it's Friday, it's pop-up. We're fast, we're moving right along.
All right, our first comment of the day comes from Helen Onwuka saying, "Squad up, I'm addicted to watching this show."
Oh, wow, thank you very much.
Right.
We have a lot of very
That's the
dedicated,
energy.
we have a lot of dedicated viewers. The viewers who watch, they come back every day. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're a squad.
That's right.
Okay. Next one comes from one of our loyal VIPs, Jessica Leamy Joel Reed, and she says, "Oh, okay, my Friday has been made. Brad called my name."
Boy, everyone is so sensitive if I don't, right? We have a very, very, very sensitive squad.
That's why we got to get straight to those shout outs and
I know, right? We got to make sure we got to check off the boxes. Check.
Absolutely.
Check.
Yes, yes. All right, our next comment of the day comes from Carol Anderson, the Tiger, saying, "My rum cake has cherries, prunes, raisins, and rum and wine, spices, lime, butter, and sugar. That's the Jamaican way to bake. It really tastes great, Brad."
Oh, my God. You guys are going to get me fat. You're gonna get me fat.
I think I might have to give my address,
Your
for that
address,
case.
yes. Jonathan wants it at apartment A.
Me and Carol already spoke. I already claimed mine.
Oh, you called dibs?
Yeah. Well, finally, Jonathan's like, all right, you can store my apartment as long as you have a rum cake.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the golden ticket in.
That's right.
And we have some more comments. Miloslav Minkov says Uncle Brad should definitely try poached pears with red wine and pecan granola and whipped cream. Okay, we're really getting. I need all these
that sounds like something French that you would get in a French restaurant, a poached pear, right?
That sounds good.
That sounds very good, a poached pear.
Right.
With rum
Brad.
cake. We may, you know what? We may have to have a squad bake-off. All right, we're gonna put all the cakes on all the cakes in the studio, and we're gonna
send some our way. We'll have you have some. We'll just have a live tasting.
A live tasting with a squad. Yo-Yo's like, I don't know if I'm gonna sit myself in front of the rum cake and a poached pear.
I don't know. How about both?
Why not? Why not? All right, guys.
We have one more.
Last
one.
We have one more. I didn't realize. Okay.
This comes from Suzanne Coulson saying, TGIF, you and your team are doing an awesome job. Brad, bless you.
Thank you very much. That's very nice. And you guys have a wonderful, safe weekend. There's a lot of COVID out there, so please mask up. If you wear your mask, you still could get it, but it's extraordinarily less likely to. So please wear your mask. Please be safe. We'll see you all back Monday. Have a great weekend. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465.